In the very heart of East Africa lies a land where the wild still breathes with ancient rhythm, a place shaped by mist-draped jungles, golden savannas, and rivers that carve their way through deep valleys. This is Uganda, a living sanctuary where every landscape pulses with life and every creature carries a story older than memory. Here, mountain gorillas move through the emerald shadows of Bwindi's impenetrable forest, while elephants, buffaloes, antelopes, and lions wander the sun-washed plains of Queen Elizabeth National Park. Each species writes its own chapter in a vast narrative of survival, a tale woven from instinct, resilience, and the relentless need to adapt. Brilliant birds scatter color across the treetops like falling embers, while the White Nile hides crocodiles and hippos beneath its calm surface, guardians of the waters who watch with the patience of centuries. In Uganda, nature does not simply exist, it speaks. Every roar, every wing beat, every footprint pressed into the mud is part of a story constantly being rewritten. Here, survival is not a struggle, but an art, an ever-shifting masterpiece shaped by the pulse of the wilderness. If this journey into the heart of Africa's wild lands has already stirred something in you, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Your support allows us to keep exploring hidden corners of the natural world and bringing these untold stories to life. Across the sweeping savannas of Uganda, countless encounters unfold each day, moments that reveal the raw, unfiltered essence of the wild. Among these, few rival the sheer power and drama of one of nature's oldest confrontations, the clash between the lion and the Cape buffalo. Among all the encounters that shape life on Uganda's plains, few are as commanding or as ancient as the confrontation between lions and Cape buffalo. On one side stands one of Africa's most iconic predators, a strategist whose dominance rests not only on strength, but on coordination and timing. On the other is a massive herbivore, whose sheer power can overturn the outcome of any hunt in an instant. It is a duel where intelligence meets endurance, where the precision of a collective attack crashes against raw, unyielding force. Under the unrelenting African sun, this rivalry has echoed for thousands of years. Lions are masters of cooperation. Unlike many solitary cats, their success depends on unity, the strength of the pride. The lionesses move first, gliding through the tall grass with the stealth of golden phantoms. Their eyes remain sharp and unblinking, revealing the focus of hunters who carry the fate of the entire pride on their shoulders. Every shift in their stance, every quiet step, is deliberate. This is a choreography refined by generations of survival. Their target is a single Cape buffalo, a creature that can weigh well over 900 kilograms and is armed with dense muscle and sweeping horns. Hunting such an adversary is far from a routine task. It is a gamble. One small mistake can be fatal. When the lions finally reveal themselves, the savanna seems to transform into a battleground. The thunderous pounding of buffalo hooves vibrates through the earth. Rather than fleeing in panic, the herd reacts like a disciplined force. Calves are ushered to the center. Adults form a shielded perimeter, and heads drop in unison, an impenetrable wall of muscle and horn. One countercharge is all it takes to turn the tide. A single buffalo, fueled by adrenaline and instinct, can send a full-grown lion hurtling through the air. This struggle is more than predator versus prey. It is a defining pillar of the savanna's equilibrium. Over countless generations, lions have become specialized hunters shaped by natural selection, while buffaloes have evolved the strength and unity needed to withstand these relentless challenges. Their clash not only tests their survival, but maintains the balance of the ecosystem itself. Along Uganda's calm yet treacherous rivers, another predator, ancient, silent, and unforgiving, waits beneath the surface. The Nile crocodile, one of the oldest hunters on Earth, rules these waters with a blend of brute strength and unwavering patience. Its armored body disappears into the current, merging seamlessly with the river until it becomes nothing more than a shadow drifting beneath the light. With a bite force that ranks among the most powerful in the animal kingdom, the crocodile does not rely on speed alone. Instead, it perfects the art of stillness. Hours, sometimes days, can pass as it remains motionless at the water's edge, conserving energy, watching, calculating. To an unsuspecting zebra or antelope, the river seems harmless until it isn't. When the moment arrives, the explosion of movement is instantaneous. Water erupts in a violent surge as the crocodile's jaws clamp down with destructive precision. Often, the victim has no chance to react before being dragged under the surface. In these moments, the river itself feels alive, an extension of the crocodile's predatory instincts. The White Nile and Uganda's many lakes provide an ideal sanctuary for this master ambusher. The crocodile uses shadows, shifting currents, and muddy banks to its advantage, turning the environment into a concealed hunting ground. And when the sun reaches its peak, baking the landscape, the crocodile rises from the water to bask and restore its strength, preparing for the next hunt. Its lifestyle, defined by patience, overwhelming power, and remarkable endurance, has allowed the Nile crocodile to thrive for millions of years. In a world full of unpredictable challenges, it remains one of the most formidable predators of the African wilderness. Across the sun-scorched plains of Uganda, where survival is a test renewed each day, the impala stands out as a symbol of agility and elegance. Though often labeled as prey, this antelope is anything but defenseless. In a landscape ruled by speed and danger, the impala has perfected movement into an art form. When predators approach, be they lions, leopards, or wild dogs, the impala does more than simply flee. It rises into sweeping leaps, soaring with a lightness that seems almost unreal. Its body twists mid-air, executing sharp turns and sudden bursts of speed that leave even seasoned hunters momentarily stunned. These acrobatic maneuvers are not random. They are survival strategies, refined by generations. Its slender frame and flexible limbs allow the impala to cover impressive distances. Each jump, a calculated surge of energy that places precious meters between itself and danger. Yet the impala's real strength is not only physical. It lives in a state of constant awareness. Wide, sensitive eyes scan the horizon, and every rustle of grass is a signal to prepare run, leap, or hide. Still, vigilance alone is never enough in the wild. Life in the savannah pushes every creature to its limits, especially during the dry season. Food dwindles, water holes shrink, and competition intensifies. To endure these harsh months, impalas must travel long distances to locate fresh grazing grounds. Their adaptability and resilience become the difference between life and death. But perhaps their greatest asset lies in their social nature. Impalas gather in herds, relying on communal protection. In these groups, many eyes watch for danger, and the chances of survival multiply. The bond within the herd is subtle, yet powerful. Each individual benefits from the presence of others, creating a living web of cooperation. Although the impala is often overshadowed by larger, more imposing animals, it plays a crucial role in the balance of the ecosystem. Its grace, awareness, and adaptability remind us that survival in the savannah is not only about strength, it is about harmony with a world that demands constant vigilance and rapid response. Across the far-reaching plains of Uganda, where heat bends the horizon and water can disappear for weeks, the eland rises as a quiet giant, an emblem of endurance shaped by an unforgiving world. Unlike the swift and nimble impala, the eland survives not through speed, but through resilience and remarkable physiological strength. Its massive frame, supported by powerful legs and crowned with spiraled horns, creates a silhouette that dominates the savanna skyline. Yet despite its imposing size, the eland is incredibly well adapted to harsh, resource-scarce environments. It can withstand soaring temperatures and journeys long distances without regular access to water. While many herbivores struggle when vegetation dries out and becomes brittle, the eland thrives, extracting nutrients from tough plants that others avoid. Thanks to its considerable height, the eland can reach leaves and branches beyond the grasp of most grazers. This advantage allows it to exploit feeding grounds that remain untouched, ensuring its survival even in the most challenging months of the dry season. But the eland's life is far from easy. Its size makes it an appealing target for apex predators such as lions and hyenas. However, the eland is far from defenseless. Its muscular limbs can deliver powerful kicks capable of driving away attackers, while its horns provide formidable protection. When danger approaches, the eland moves with surprising agility, seeking out rocky or uneven terrain, where predators lose much of their advantage. Socially, elands form small family groups rather than vast herds. This more intimate structure allows them to stay coordinated, watchful, and responsive to threats. Within these groups, individuals share responsibility for scanning the landscape and protecting the younger members. Their presence is a reminder that strength in the wild is not always loud or aggressive. Sometimes it is steady, patient, and quietly unbreakable. The eland's ability to endure heat, scarcity, and constant threats makes it a symbol of the savanna's harsh beauty. It survives not by overpowering its challenges, but by adapting to them, embodying the resilience that defines life across Uganda's vast landscapes. In the shadowed corners of Uganda's sweeping savannas, where silence lingers between the rustling grasses, a solitary hunter moves with ghost-like precision. The African leopard's sleek, elusive, and endlessly patient embodies the quiet power of the wild. Its golden coat, dusted with dark rosettes, blends effortlessly into the landscape, allowing it to vanish from sight even when only steps away. Unlike lions that rely on teamwork, the leopard thrives in isolation. Every hunt is a personal calculation, an intimate study of movement, timing, and opportunity. It can wait for hours, perfectly still, its gaze fixed on a single, unsuspecting target. Nothing escapes its senses. The faintest shuffle of leaves, the subtle shift of a shadow, the tremor of distant hooves. These whispers of the savanna guide every decision. When the moment comes, the leopard's strike is swift and flawless. It launches with a burst of powerful muscle, closing the distance before its prey has time to react. Even animals larger than itself rarely escape its grip. What makes the leopard even more remarkable is its ability to hoist its kill into the branches of a tree, sometimes heavier than its own body weight. This elevated refuge protects its meal from lions, hyenas, and other scavengers eager to steal a hard-earned victory. Its adaptability is unmatched. The leopard's diet spans antelope, fawns, monkeys, birds, and even smaller creatures hidden in the undergrowth. This flexibility allows it to survive when other predators struggle, shifting targets as the seasons change and resources rise or fall. But the life of a leopard is not without constant challenge. Each day requires new decisions, fresh hunts, and the careful navigation of a landscape full of rivals. Its survival depends on remaining invisible, until the exact moment invisibility is no longer needed. The leopard is the savanna's silent enigma, an expert of shadows, strength, and strategy. Observing it reminds us that in the African wilderness, power does not always roar. Sometimes it walks quietly, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Among the giants that wander Uganda's open plains, the Rothschild's giraffe stands apart, an elegant tower of muscle, bone, and quiet vigilance. Its long legs and towering neck lift its gaze far above the grasses, granting a view of the savanna that few animals can match. Sunlight scatters across its unique patchwork of markings, turning its presence into a moving mosaic against the horizon. This extraordinary height is more than a physical trait. It is a powerful survival tool. While many herbivores search the ground for nourishment, the giraffe reaches upward, plucking tender leaves from treetops untouched by others. Acacia branches, studded with thorns, pose no threat. With careful precision, the giraffe navigates them, using its long tongue, feeding where few competitors dare. Despite its calm demeanor, the giraffe is never careless. Every slow, deliberate step is guided by sharp awareness. Its exceptional eyesight allows it to spot predators, lions, or leopards long before they come close. And although it rarely chooses to fight, it possesses formidable strength. A single strike of its front legs can deter even the bravest attacker, delivering blows capable of breaking bone. Life for the giraffe is one of constant movement. As seasons shift and vegetation changes, it travels wide distances, tracking patches of fresh growth across the plains. This mobility keeps its body healthy and ensures access to the varied plant life it depends on. From high branches to low shrubs, the giraffe adapts gracefully to whatever the environment provides. More than just a marvel of height, the Rothschild's giraffe embodies a balance between vulnerability and power. Its gentle nature masks an underlying resilience, a capacity to thrive in a landscape where danger can rise from any direction. Watching a giraffe move through the savannah is like witnessing the slow, steady rhythm of the wild itself, a quiet reminder of nature's ability to blend grace with strength. As the sun climbs over Uganda's vast plains, another creature emerges, a swift, sharp-eyed antelope whose reddish-brown coat glows beneath the morning light. This is the topi, sometimes called the grassland sentinel, a vigilant resident of the savannah whose survival depends on a blend of endurance, speed, and constant awareness. Sleek and muscular, the topi is built for distance. It can sprint with remarkable acceleration, but more importantly, it can sustain long, steady runs, covering wide stretches of open terrain in search of grazing grounds and scattered sources of water. In a landscape where resources shift with the seasons, this mobility is essential. Its curved horns and streamlined body are unmistakable, but what truly sets the topi apart is its attentiveness. Few animals watch the horizon as faithfully. With eyesight tuned to detect movement at extraordinary distances, the topi often spots danger long before predators close the gap. This early warning system gives it precious moments to escape into thicker vegetation or towards safer ground. The savannah, however, is unforgiving. Dry seasons stretch long, and grass grows sparse. The topi moves continuously, guided by instinct to the pockets of land where moisture lingers and new shoots emerge. This relentless search for food and water is not aimless wandering. It is a disciplined strategy that has allowed the species to thrive in one of Africa's harshest environments. When threatened, the topi relies on speed, weaving through the plains with fluid precision. But even with these impressive abilities, life alone is perilous. That is why topis often gather in modest herds or family units. Within these groups, adults take positions around the edges, guarding the vulnerable members at the center. Their cooperation creates a dynamic shield, each individual reinforcing the safety of the whole. The topi's existence is a testament to the power of vigilance and adaptability. It may not tower like the giraffe, nor overpower like the buffalo, but its disciplined awareness and strategic movement allow it to survive where hesitation can mean the end. In the rhythm of Uganda's grasslands, the topi stands as a quiet guardian, swift, cautious, and unwavering. On the sweeping plains of Uganda, where the wind moves like a restless tide across the grass, one of nature's most recognizable patterns comes to life. The zebra, draped in its bold black and white stripes, stands as a living contradiction. Strikingly beautiful, yet perfectly engineered for survival. Those stripes, far from simple decoration, serve as a sophisticated defense. When zebras move in groups, their patterns blur into a shimmering wall of shifting lines, confusing predators who struggle to single out any one individual. What appears to be a display of elegance is, in truth, a masterful illusion camouflage born from motion. Zebras depend heavily on the grasslands that stretch across Uganda. Day after day, they graze on tough, fibrous vegetation that many herbivores avoid. Their specialized digestive system allows them to process coarse grasses with surprising efficiency. During the dry season, when fresh growth becomes scarce, this ability gives them an advantage, enabling them to endure periods that push other species to their limits. When conditions grow harsh, zebras form larger herds for protection. Within these expanded groups, cooperation becomes their greatest strength. Each individual watches the world, carefully, ears turning, feet ready, and when danger approaches, the entire herd moves as one. Their fluid coordination creates a barrier of shifting stripes that disorients predators, buying precious time for escape. Their social bonds run deep. A dominant stallion typically leads the group, guiding its movements and defending it from threats. Yet every zebra contributes to the harmony of the herd. They groom one another, maintain cohesion, and ensure that no member is left behind. In a world full of risks, unity becomes a powerful shield. Adaptability is key to the zebra's survival. While they prefer short grasses, they can switch to tougher plants when drought tightens its grip. Their resilience allows them to cross long distances in search of better pasture, following the subtle cues of changing seasons. More than symbols of Africa's wild heart, zebras are architects of balance within the ecosystem. Their grazing patterns help renew the grasslands, creating opportunities for other herbivores and maintaining the health of the terrain. In the shimmering heat of the savanna, the zebra's stripes tell a story, one of endurance, cooperation, and the remarkable ways nature disguises strength within beauty. Across Uganda's sun-baked grasslands, where the earth cracks under relentless heat and danger, lurks in every shadow, moves a creature far tougher than its rugged appearance might suggest. The African warthog, low to the ground, powerfully built, and unpretentious, is one of the savanna's most resilient survivors. Its dark, coarse hide acts like natural armor, shielding it from thorny brush and the swarms of insects that thrive in the heat. But the warthog's real strength lies not in its skin, but in its character, a stubborn determination that carries it through challenges that would overwhelm more delicate species. Unlike the swift antelope or towering giraffe, the warthog survives by sheer grit and adaptability. It is a relentless forager, endlessly searching for roots, tubers, berries, and even small invertebrates hidden beneath the soil. With its powerful snout, it digs through hardened earth in seconds, unearthing food or carving out temporary shelters when danger draws near. Though often spotted alone, warthogs frequently form small social groups, banding together for better protection. Within these groups, adults take turns scanning the distance, alert for predators like lions, leopards, and hyenas. When a threat appears, their instincts ignite. Tails shoot upright, legs pump furiously, and the group darts toward burrows or dense vegetation, using every twist of the landscape to their advantage. Yet, when escape is no longer an option, the warthog does not hesitate to stand its ground. With sharp, curved tusks and surprising burst power, a cornered warthog can deliver fierce counterattacks capable of wounding even large predators. Underestimating this animal can be a costly mistake. Life is never easy for the warthog. Disease, parasites, and relentless predation press against it daily. But its intelligence and adaptability give it an edge. It remembers safe routes, favorable feeding grounds, and reliable hideouts, navigating the savanna with a practicality born from necessity. Neither the largest nor the fastest, the warthog survives by refusing to break. It embodies a rare blend of courage and caution, knowing when to flee and when to fight. In a world where every creature faces constant tests, the warthog stands as a symbol of persistence, proof that survival often belongs not to the strongest, but to the most determined. Along the wide rivers and quiet lakes of Uganda, a colossal figure rises from the water, a creature whose calm appearance hides power few animals can match. The hippopotamus, enormous and seemingly sluggish, is in truth one of Africa's most formidable forces. In the water, where its massive body becomes buoyant and agile, the hippo moves with startling speed, capable of reaching nearly 30 kilometers per hour in short bursts. During the blistering daylight hours, hippos submerge themselves to escape the punishing heat. Only their eyes, ears, and nostrils break the surface as they drift in tight groups known as colonies. These gatherings are more than simple crowds. They are structured communities where safety, dominance, and cooperation intertwine. Yet even within the water they call home, hippos are fiercely territorial. Each male defends a stretch of river with unwavering aggression, warning rivals with yawns that expose enormous jaws capable of opening nearly 180 degrees. Those jaws, lined with sharp teeth and lethal tusks, make the hippopotamus one of the deadliest animals in Africa. Despite their gentle reputation from afar, hippos are responsible for more human fatalities on the continent than any other large mammal. When night falls, a different side of the hippo emerges. Leaving the safety of the water, they move silently onto the plains to feed. In these hours of darkness, the hippo becomes a patient grazer, consuming up to 40 kilograms of grass in a single evening. Their nightly journeys carve paths through the tall vegetation roots, used by countless smaller animals as safe corridors through the landscape. Although they have few natural predators, hippos still face intense pressures. Competition for territory can lead to violent clashes, and access to reliable grazing grounds becomes critical during the dry season. Within their colonies, cooperation helps maintain order, ensuring that every member has room to rest, feed, and retreat when danger approaches. The hippopotamus is a creature of contrast, gentle in appearance, yet devastating in power, peaceful in its routines, yet unyielding when challenged. Its presence along Uganda's waterways shapes the entire ecosystem, reminding us that even the quietest giants can hold the greatest influence. Across Uganda's sweeping landscapes, where savannas stretch into the horizon and forests thrum with ancient rhythms, one creature shapes the wilderness more than any other. The African elephant, the largest land mammal on Earth, moves not just as an inhabitant of the environment, but as an architect of it. Every step, every tree it touches, every path it clears, alters the world around it, influencing countless other species in its wake. An adult elephant consumes between 150 and 200 kilograms of vegetation each day. What begins as feeding becomes ecosystem engineering. By toppling trees, elephants open the canopy, allowing sunlight to reach the ground, and encourage new grasses to grow grasses that sustain zebras, antelopes, and countless smaller herbivores. As they traverse great distances, elephants scatter seeds through their dung, planting the next generation of forests far beyond where the seeds originally fell. During the harsh dry season, when rivers shrink and the earth cracks from heat, elephants reveal another extraordinary adaptation. Using their tusks, they dig deep into dried riverbeds, unearthing hidden water that would otherwise remain unreachable. These improvised wells become life-saving reservoirs not only for elephants but for entire communities of animals struggling to endure the drought. But perhaps the most captivating aspect of elephant life is their social world. Led by a wise and experienced matriarch, each family moves with purpose and unity. The matriarch carries decades of memory, knowledge of forgotten water sources, ancient migration routes, and strategies for avoiding predators. This wisdom, passed from older generations to younger ones, forms the foundation of the herd's survival. When danger threatens, elephants respond with powerful coordination. Adults encircle the calves, forming a living fortress of tusks and massive bodies. This display of solidarity is often enough to make even lions retreat. Their communication, an intricate blend of rumbles, gestures, and vibrations that travel through the ground, binds them together with remarkable intimacy. The elephant embodies strength, intelligence, and emotional depth. It transforms its environment, protects its own, and influences the rhythms of the entire ecosystem. To witness elephants moving through Uganda's wild spaces is to see nature's grand design in motion, powerful, deliberate, and profoundly interconnected. As the sun sinks beyond Uganda's sweeping savannas and dense forests, our journey through this wild and intricate world reaches its end. We have witnessed elephants shaping the land with quiet authority, lions stalking through the twilight, and the constant surge of life that unfolds across every riverbank and open plain. Each moment reminds us of a truth both fragile and powerful. The natural world survives through balance, adaptation, and the unbreakable will of its creatures. Here, survival is not a simple contest. It is a dance between strength and vulnerability, instinct and intelligence, danger and beauty. Even as our exploration concludes, the wilderness continues its rhythm. The rustling grass, the hush of wings at dusk, the whisper of flowing water, all these stories endure long after we depart. The wild heart of Uganda invites us not merely to watch, but to learn, respect, and protect These landscapes hold histories written in hoofprints, claw marks, and echoing calls. Stories meant to be carried forward, so future generations can witness them too. If this journey has inspired you and sparked a desire to see more of the hidden marvels of our planet, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every click helps us uncover new territories, new discoveries, and new wonders waiting just beyond the horizon. The adventure is only beginning.